Okay, so we are looking at finding the coordinates of the point where the line y equals 3x minus 6 intersects the line y equals x plus 4. So we're finding where this one here, y equals 3x minus 6, meets the line of y equals x plus 4. So what we're going to do is look at this algebraically entirely, and then we're going to check on the graph to see if what we find matches the point where the lines meet. So first thing we're going to do is make it clear that our lines are equal to each other. So we've got 3x minus 6, and we're going to set that equal to x plus 4. So I can do this because we've got our y's for each of these. Where these lines meet, the y value is going to be the same. So if y in the first equation is equal to 3x minus 6, this here, we can make that equal to whatever y is from the second equation, which in this case is equal to x plus 4. And by doing this, we've got this in a form where we can now collect our like terms and solve for a value of x. So just get that. So what we're going to do first is get all of our variables, so all of our values of x on one side of the equal sign and all of our constant terms to the other. So we've got a 3x on this side and an x over here. I want to move this x, I want to move that over to this side. And so when we do that, we can think of it in a couple of different ways. We can either say we're subtracting x from both sides. So I can say I'm going to minus x and minus x. Now I've gone subtract because this x is positive, and in order to get rid of it, I need to do the opposite of it. So currently it's a plus x, so if I subtract x, x minus x is 0, so that would cancel it out from that side and bring it over here. So we're going to end up with 3x minus x, and I've left the 6 over here as well because we're just going to do this in a couple of steps. So I've got my 3x minus 6. Now I need to get rid of this minus 6, that one there, and I need to get it over this side. And in the same sort of thinking, it's minus 6 here, so to get rid of it, I'm going to add it. So we're going to move it over to this side by adding it as well. So if you understand this, you can just move the 6 over and change the sign. So if it's a negative 6, you turn it to positive. If it was a positive 6, you would make it a negative over the other side. Now in this next step, I'm just going to simplify the 3x minus x, and that's going to be 2x. So 3x take x is 2x. We're subtracting the coefficients of x. Remember that 3x minus x is not 3. We don't just get rid of the x because we're talking about quantities of that value. So we're subtracting the coefficients, which is the numbers in front. And then on the other side, we're going to have 4 plus 6. That will simplify to be 2x equals 10. And then we need to get rid of this 2 that's multiplying the x. And again, we want to do the opposite of what is happening. So 2 is currently multiplying the x. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. And that's going to give us x equals 10 divided by 2 is 5. So awesome, we've got an answer. But that is not our full solution to this, because the question says find the coordinates of the point. So we've only got one of the coordinates, which is our x value. So we need to find our y value. And in order to find the value of y, what we're going to do is take this value of x and we can put it into either one of our two equations. It doesn't matter which one, because if we've done this correctly, it will give us the same answer either way. So what we're going to do is take this second one, the y equals x plus 4, and that is entirely because it's just going to be a simpler calculation to do. So we're going to, so what we're doing is substituting. So we're substituting x equals 5 into our equation of y equals x plus 4. So when we do that, we're going to get y equals, so just instead of x, I'm putting 5. So our x equals 5 is going to replace this x here. So we're going to have y equals 5 plus 4, which is equal to 9. And we can say, therefore, we have an intersecting point. So we can say intersection intersection at, and then we're going to list our point. Now we always do our x coordinate first, so 5, and our y value would be 9. So we've got 5 and 9. Now what I want you to do is just to check and make sure that we've got the correct point, I want you to take that, take these two equations and put them into Desmos. So make sure you're on the Desmos graphing calculator, and if we graph it, what we should get, you can see on the side here, y equals 3x minus 6 and y equals x plus 4. So those are the equations we started with, and the point where both of those lines meet each other is 5 and 9. So x equals 5 and y equals 9. So that's how we're doing this, this work today.